Thanks so much, Phil. Let's dig deeper on this Snowden's asylum as well as those embassy terror threats with Congressman Ed Royce, the head of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House and a Republican from California. Chairman Royce, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Good to be with you.
You've said that Vladimir Putin knows how to play hardball, so should we, when we're talking about Snowden here. So what should the president do? And I guess more importantly, what should Congress do?
Well, first, in terms of the executive branch, we have the summit at hand here coming up early September with Russia. And I really believe that actions speak a lot louder than words here. The United States, I think the president should telegraph the message that he is not going to attend. He's not going to meet with President Putin privately at that summit. And I do think
optics, though, is that a strong enough message, I wonder?
Well, I think it's a pretty strong message. And frankly, when you think about it, Russia depends a great deal on cooperation with the United States. The administration helped champion Russia's inclusion into the WTO, as you know. There are a series of important negotiations that are underway in terms of trade and things that are very, very important to Russia. But I think at this point the administration has to make it crystal clear that between this and what is happening in Iran, where Russia is failing to prevent Iran from developing a nuclear weapons breakout capability, frankly quite the opposite, has aided and abetted in that. I do think it's time for consequences, and one of those consequences is you know, let's put the pressure on Russia, and let's start with this summit, and let's quit running interference. I understand the restart with Russia, but frankly, there have been no benefits that are discernible to us in Congress that have come from this.
One of the concerns, Chairman, is that you'll have a domino effect here, right? That you're losing American mojo abroad. And then we hear about after Russia, now there's some threats, and we're closing embassies. What do you know about that?
Well, I had a meeting along with Elliot Engel and several members from the Senate side 2 days ago with the Vice President on this issue. And as you know, we're going to take whatever steps necessary to protect our personnel overseas. When we do have an indication of a threat, we take that seriously. If we have an indication of when that threat will manifest itself, well, just like before 9/11, the attack on Benghazi. At that point in time, remember, someone forgot to circle the calendar that it was 9/11, and we might want to pre-position assets or have contingency plans in place. This time with the intel, steps are being taken, and that's to protect our personnel. Now, yesterday we passed out legislation in the House that strengthens embassy security in a whole new series of ways throughout the Middle East, including putting Marines on the ground at an access point, building access points guarded by Marines that in the future will better protect these sites.
Well, on the specific threat that we're talking about today, where embassies are going to be closing, do you know how many embassies are going to be closing? And we're still wondering, and I know there's a lot of classified information that you can't tell us, but where this threat is coming from. Is it Al-Qaeda? Is it Al-Qaeda inspired?
It's my understanding that it is Al-Qaeda linked, all right? And the threat emanates in the Middle East and in Central Asia.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate it, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for joining us here on New Day.
Thank you.